We all picked McDavid for ours. That's fine. That's fair. Do you think that he makes it to the 150-point mark, which is clearly the hunt that's the most interesting? Because he might be a safe pick for the Hart, but you don't know if he's going to get to 150 as he marches towards that. I'd love for it to happen, but do you think it's going to happen?
Yes.
I want to say yes,
Yeah,
too.
I think he's going to do it. I think this guy could like literally do anything he wants in the league other than win. Like on an individual. No. Okay, that sounded bad. No. Listen, that's not how I meant it. I think.
Don't worry, winning's not even that important.
I think individually, McDavid can do anything he really wants to do. I think that he just can't control how much his team wins because the rest of his team has sucked complete ass for the over the years.
Not the rest of his team. There's a lot of good players on that team.
Like a lot. Sorry, the depth players on his team have sucked significant ass over the years. What am I wrong? Am I wrong? I just think McDavid, if he wants to score 150 points, he can do it. And he's got enough top-end talent playing with him, too, that can help him get it done.
So how about the fact, though, that they got to travel way more now, and there's more teams that they're playing. They can't just beat up on, whoever's at the bottom of the division. Any of that make you think that he can't get to 150 then this year?
So, I think he can, mainly because, I just believe in betting the over. Because it's just more fun.
Love hammering that over core. Love it.
What am I betting under? That's such a
so boring.
Cheering for someone to not succeed.
Exactly.
That's boring.
I want to see crazy stuff happen. But the one thing that would worry me, and this worries me about Matthews, McDavid, is that when you look at an NHL player's career, most of them peak at the 23-24 time. If you look at Gretzky, when he scored his most goals, when he scored his most points, this all happened 24 and before that. McDavid will turn 25, I believe, in the middle of this season. And then it's a similar thing with Matthews, where I really do worry that I'm was last year the peak of these guys? It would suck so much because all the historical context of it would be lost because it was a half season, so they didn't get the same kind of point totals and stuff.
To pull you out of your nightmare real quick, I think that the immediate response to that is that you're now comparing entirely different eras where not only will these players be better for longer, but we actually don't know maybe when their prime is going to be hit anymore. And maybe that prime will be 4 or 5 years instead of whatever Gretzky had, because they really do take care of their body way more versus that era.
Before that, when do you think Sidney Crosby scored his most points ever?
Still different era.
That's not that different.
It's different enough. 100%. Sports science has definitely changed in the last 10 to 15 years even. It's definitely improved.
What was he, 21, 22?
His second season.
Yeah.
He was 19, 20 or something.
I think it has changed enough that I still think, you're going to keep seeing it. This is pushing the human evolution forward in the same sense that there probably will be another fastest person in the world at some point in time. I think that, you're going to see prolonged prime, especially in hockey, and I think that McDavid's probably going to be the example of that.
When McDavid is 27, he will still be putting up 130 to 150 point seasons.
I feel like you guys might be misunderstanding me here. I still think McDavid's going to be incredible for a very long time. I think 150 points in today's day and age is an achievement that you probably do once in your career. And I just worry that
it was last year and it wasn't long enough.
Exactly.
I think it aligns more with what Z was saying in the sense that the travel wasn't as bad and they were playing just pretty lousy teams all the time. You get to know teams really well, their tendencies, how to score against them. I think the travel has a lot to do with it. But I feel like McDavid is going to be able to replicate what he did last year for years to come. Maybe even beyond he's being 30 years old.
The only other thing I would say is but even that, last year, an incredible achievement. He was on pace to just break 150 points.
I actually didn't know that. In my head, it was almost like he was getting close to 200.
Yeah, no,
not actually, but it
year
felt that way because of how good he was.
Yeah, he was on pace for 153 points.
Damn.
But keep in mind, 5 players in NHL history have hit 150 points.
And Bernie Nichols is the best of all of them.
He hasn't slowed down, though.
Bernie Nichols?
Yeah.
Yeah, still going.
He's still going.
An old man Rivers.
Jesse, you cannot work at a retirement home.
The Portsmouth, right down the street from me growing up. Shout out to the Portsmouth.
Guy just shouted out.
I applied for a job there, never heard back. Thanks to the Portsmouth.
I don't think they'd want you based on what you've been saying about old
Why do you think I'm so salty?
So I want to know who you guys think is box office. And why? Because when you're flipping a lot of games and you just want to watch whatever the best game of the week is, that's often tied to one player. Who's box office for you guys? Who's going to make you watch a game purely just for them? And I'm just going to take Connor McDavid out of it for now. And this could change every week, by the way. You don't have to just pick whoever you think the best player is.
I think other than Connor McDavid, Cale Makar is the most unique hockey player to watch in the NHL.
Yeah, he is.
I love watching him move along the blue line. Like, he's a treat to watch. And
I try and do his moves during warm-up, just like the hesitation at the blue line, come back in. And then Sam Girard, too, is also an Avalanche defenseman. The spin move, I try and do that, too. Like, these things are so difficult to do, and they make them look so easy. It's insane.
How did those work out for you, Luca?
Oh, not good. Not good.
You're telling,
not good.
You're telling us, eh? You're telling us.
Anyone that's seen me on the blue line knows I'm not doing that hezzy and then come back in. Like, oh my goodness, it's so effortless.
It feels like a basketball player. Like the
really
way that
does.
he can like constantly kind of pump fake and just go back and forth and have guys kind of like lunge in a little bit.
I also love that he doesn't take slap shots. I love the wrister.
Yeah.
I love a hard wrist shot. It's so satisfying.
Jesse, all right. Well, who's box office for you?
I mean, are we talking box office right now or just in general in the league?
Right now, in general, and for right now.
All right,
Both.
All right,
Glad I got for now.
Glad I got some clarification on that, fellas.
Let's treat this like an inform more than anything. You know what? Keep it current. Who's playing well right now?
You know what? I'm gonna go a little off the board here. I'm gonna say Jordan Kyrou from the St. Louis Blues. This guy's looked fantastic so far. I know it's been a small sample size, but he has looked so good. Looks like a guy who could end up being the Blues' best player this year, their best forward at least. And that goal he scored, his second goal against Arizona, was nasty. Also, just want to say
he made Ghost Bear look like a ghost.
Like absolutely.
Yeah.
And I just want to say those white Kachina jerseys might be the nicest jerseys in the league, my opinion. Hot take.
No, I agree with you.
They're pretty nice.
Some people don't like them, by the way. That is
he's talking about himself.
I know.
No, I like them.
Yeah.
I like them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I don't like.
Your reaction says otherwise.
No, I love the Kachina. I would 100% buy one of those.
I think the white one is actually nicer too.
I don't like the reverse retro one.
So no, but last week, because he was saying there was something where we said like he said a jersey was the best in the league. And
I said the Sabres. I went to our text group and I said, I'm just gonna say it. Sabres have a top 3 uniform in the entire NHL.
I back it.
That's what I said.
They're sick.
No, didn't you say if they went to that?
No, with what they have.
They're current.
Okay.
No.
So,
I agree.
But the thing that I said was I feel like it's weird and I get it, but it just kind of rotates. Even if the jerseys don't change, that I feel like stuff comes back on top.
Fashion is ephemeral, my friend.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's all cyclical. You're right.
Yeah.
There's jerseys now like that we think are garbage that will 100% be cool to the next generation.
A Red Wings practice jersey is going to be on a fashion runway somewhere.
Guys, I'm back to Jordan Kyrou though. Back to Jordan Kyrou.
Back to Jordan Kyrou.
I just want to say, this guy's absolutely electric.
He's box office.
He's freaking electric, man. Like, this guy's lights out.
Your hand's gonna go through the table.
I've been so impressed with the way that this guy's been playing.
Stop doing that.
I think I just broke my pinky.
That's it, guys. We won't be allowed back in here.
Yeah.
They don't have a desk anymore.
Sorry, Al's brother.
All right, I'm going to wrap this up really quickly by just saying, Trevor Zegras, I hope you get your Michigan goal because it pissed him off real bad last time when he didn't.
I didn't even ask who I think is box office.
You said Makar.
Does Russ watch hockey?
Well, I should have had this prepared because I clearly...
This guy cut me off, said I didn't give him a chance, and he's like,
that's what you
started
get.
sweating.
That's what you get, eh?
Shame.
Ante Kopitar. I know we talked about him before, but what?
No, man, he's been great.
I think he's very underappreciated.
I think he's a great player.
Anze Kopitar. This guy just said box office.
Yeah,
he is, man.
Anze Kopitar.
Yes.
Why isn't he box office right
come
now?
on. That's not box
Future Hall of
office.
Famer, leading the league in points right now.
Jordan Kyrou box office.
He's not.
Yes, he is. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to go with Cale Makar, the most generic choice.
I think that
You know what I'm going to do to that, Corwin? I'm going to shake my head.
Hey, that's a 10 out of 10 handshake right there.
I love that we all were in agreement and we're about to move on, and then it all collapsed in the last second.
Yeah, you want to come at Jordan Kyrou?
The only reason I think that he's saying, and I think I agree, that he's not necessarily this title of box office, I personally am thinking of that title as like a showman. Like there's something where it's like, man, I gotta watch you play, not just because like you're sturdy and I can rely on you to get some goals.
Dude.
This guy
but
leads
it's
the
like
league in points
style.
right now.
No, but I mean not just for points.
No,
games in.
guys,
don't
wait.
care.
By the time this is released, he won't lead the league in points.
Let's see if that holds
Steven.
up.
What we are forgetting is Anze Kopitar plays the game very differently, okay? He slows everything around him down. He controls the play. Not many players can do that like Kopitar. He's got unbelievable hands. He's got a wicked shot. His vision is incredible. There's a reason why on a relatively, right now, I would say weak LA Kings team, he's always been disrespected. I've had the same conversation with my friends from Winnipeg.
Disrespecting him in this room as far as saying that he's not a future Hall of Famer.
Well,
I think what we are
he's a
trying.
lock for the Hall of Fame.
Yes,
Okay.
no one is saying that.
Here's the reason why I think he's box office, and this is more for just fans of hockey that might be just coming into the game and don't know who Anze Kopitar is or don't watch a lot of Kings games. There's a reason to watch this team, and Anze Kopitar is that reason.
Okay, what's up?
You just said you want to get new fans of the game, and you said get out there and watch the LA Kings.
Yeah.
No,
They're
that's how you preface-
obviously not my
respect-
first choice. I'm not going to pick Matthews or Marner or McKinnon. Like,
What about Cairo?
All I'm saying.